Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest edition of the Under the Ring podcast. We're here live to react to Blood and Guts. Kenny, my man, how you doing tonight?
You know what? I'm ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Under the Ring podcast. I am your boy, Mitch Hennessy. Before we continue, before we get into any more introductions, as tonight you see for right now it's just me and Mongo. I just want to give a big shout out to my daughter Ryan. I just want to let you know Daddy loves you, and you all will be forever my little boogers. I just needed to let her know. That's all. That's all about. Coming to us from, or as always, North Augusta, South Carolina, our producer. We used to call him a doctor. Back in the day when we first started the podcast, back in the day, our head chief, who hasn't been on the podcast in a while, we still miss her, our Des McMahon. She used to call Greg a doctor. I don't know why. I think she think he was a doctor of love, but as we know, that's not the case. That's not the case. But what he is, though, he's a hell of a producer. He's a hell of a journalist. And he's a man that's been making sure we haven't been getting cut off the air for the longest. Give it up for Mongo.
Yeah, Mongo.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's me. It's the GREG. Man, so we had a show on Sunday. We had such a good time. We wanted to do it again in 2 days, and it didn't take long for me to get pissed off. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Coming to us also from the Boogie Down, the BX. Give it up for our boy, the one, the only, our fiend, the Puerto Rican Bronson Reed, our boy Tito. Say what's good. Wait, did he just take the camera off? And what is that Fat Thor?
And he's got what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? All right, well, anyway.
How do you introduce somebody and then they just drop off? You know what? We're gonna keep the show rolling. Like Mongo said, we're doing pretty much a live watch of Blood and Guts as we talk about it with you guys, and we're still gonna talk some news. Blood and Guts is starting off right now with Omega and Moxley. I'm sorry, Omega and what is his side name?
Nakazawa.
Okay, Omega and Best Buy manager against Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Omega came out tell me he doesn't look like the Best Buy manager. I swear I bought my living room TV from him. I swear I did. Okay. The match started off with Omega coming out the crowd and hitting Moxley and
bitch, where'd you go?
Like, what the fuck?
My service is acting up.
But Tito is back with us. We're just talking about pretty much as we talk about through the night, AEW and stuff like that. We're gonna also have some news. Oh, joining us also really quick with a fucking belt. This son of a bitch. This motherfucker.
Hey, I'm gonna milk that shit.
This motherfucker. Give it up for our boy, the champ, the Otis, the Luchasaurus. Give it up for our boy Justin. Say what's up real quick.
What's up, boys? A little weird doing this in the middle of the week, in the middle of Dynamite. I feel like Kenny and Mike.
Why not?
Hey.
Why not? And while we talk about I'm sorry, it's not Dynamite. This is Blood and Guts.
My bad.
Blood and Guts. Big shout out to one of the team captains for next season, our boy Reggie, always on the check-in. We gotta give Reggie his credit. Reggie, you have been a faithful fan since our very first podcast. What, damn near 3 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Close to about 3 years ago. Like, Reggie, much love to you.
Yes, sir.
One of the other things that I want to talk about is probably the biggest piece of news in wrestling right now, as we all sit here, talk to each other, and stare at our televisions.
Sorry, that was a really dumb move. Like I don't.
Right.
Kenny Omega got hit with this move, and then he just like popped up and was like, and then ran. It was. Yeah. Anyway.
That's one of his things. But then one of the biggest piece of news that's going on in wrestling is how Daniel Bryan's contract has actually expired. That match that he had with Roman kind of was his last match. They moved him to the official alumni roster, and everything.
Which they've done that before with people and then brought them back almost like a week later, 2 weeks later. Like, or they let him take a month off. I don't know if I trust it, man. It's just WWE until I see him show up somewhere else.
Oh shit! Best Buy manager going for a ride. Omega's partner is Best Buy manager.
Right. Yeah, Geek Squad dude.
Yo, definitely.
What has Michael Nakazawa done?
He ordered
Michael
nothing.
Nakazawa.
Oh, buddy, that oiled himself up for like the first 3 months of Dynamite.
That's it. He's the guy that fought the dude that owned that fighting game tournament when they did like the first show for AEW.
Yes, he
and he hit him with a controller.
Yeah, he pulls up the bot. He oils himself up mid match and like sneaks out of holds. And then he disappeared for like 6 months.
6 months? He's gone for a year.
Yeah,
6 months.
Well, no, we see him in the crowd periodically, like doing crowd things.
The crowd don't count.
I mean, that's Kenny's bag, man.
So we just saw Omega leave Nakazawa high and dry, and Eddie Kingston and John Moxley hit this half Nelson suplex clothesline thing, and Nakazawa's dead. All right, so
what the fuck are these boys wearing?
What the? Okay. Are y'all seeing this?
I got a slight delay. Give me a second.
I'm on a delay, yeah.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm on a delay because I'm going to have a reaction.
Make sure to check out the books. Peep the books.
Damn, how far ahead of y'all?
Right. I'm like 30 seconds behind him.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You know what, though? You know what?
I
fucks with it. I'll rock it.
All right, so here's the thing. We have a tiki bar that just opened in Macon, and I would absolutely.
We got good brothers out here.
I would cop that.
So I can't even be mad.
I would cop that to go to our tiki bar that just opened here.
Fuck a tiki bar. I cop that shit to go walk around shopping in the fucking mall.
Yeah, see, how it works here.
I would.
It's a little bit better in New York. I feel like it fits. Here I'd stand out like a really fat sore thumb.
And you know what?
Peep this barefoot super kick they give to Mox. No shoes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He took off the loafers.
Why not?
Off the loafers for it.
Why not? You gotta. Smelly toes. That's gonna be considered the greatest move of all time, right? They're gonna
absolutely
get the marks are gonna say
that's a 10-star.
That right there is that proves again the Bucks are the greatest tag team of all time.
I got a question. I got a question for everybody. Right. When did Festus turn into the same color as the Spalding basketball?
The second that he left WWE,
whoa!
and just started drinking more.
Here's the thing that I want to know. Where did he get this super orange tan that looks like it is permanent? This doesn't even look like it's sprayed on no more. This is just him now.
Not the skin. No. This is what happens when you drink from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. every day and are out in the lake. That's what you turn into.
He's got a lake here in Georgia.
Yeah, that's
not a lake. He's got a house here in Georgia at the lake. I was about
to say,
because when I interviewed him a couple years ago, he was telling me about it. He's like, bro, me and Machine Gun, when we're in AJ, when we're in Georgia, we're out at that lake from sun up to sundown. We do not leave the lake. He said, I got all kind of lake toys. He said, I've got, every bell and whistle he could possibly have at that lake. That's his playground.
All right, because I was gonna say, Japan is considered the snowiest country on Earth, so there's no way he could have got a tan over there. All right, so them being on the lake, I understand. Finally you're gonna get.
I was gonna say.
This is where we get Britt Baker finally getting the belt at Double or Nothing.
A Double or Nothing.
About fucking time.
And you fuckers have her, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Can we talk about they let Michael Nakazawa get like absolutely wrecked?
Can we
just
talk
for them
about,
to come out and
hold
destroy
on.
them?
Yeah, why didn't they help before?
Why did they help
Before we get into
before?
that, before we get into that, let's go back a little bit to the
Daniel
Daniel
Bryan.
Bryan news. Let's go back to a little bit of the Daniel Bryan news. Now, here's something that I did read. As I did read something that said AEW pretty much from their sources have been like Daniel Bryan is definitely staying. We're not even going to try to reach out. Like we tried, and it's pretty much he's staying put in WWE. But then I read that ROH has been is wanting to reach out to him.
Well,
Now,
yeah, I
we
mean,
were talking about it. We were talking about it in the chat, Margo. ROH, I like I said, I don't want Daniel Bryan on any goddamn indie scene because it is too reckless. He will get hurt. That man will be paralyzed, injured for life. Don't need it. But like you pointed out, Daniel Bryan in a pure tournament is absolutely fantastic.
mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic. We were just going down a list of people that he can go through. Of course, Gresham being number one. Jonathan Gresham being number one.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking him going against Hot Sauce, him going against Yuta Wheel, Dalton Castle. I told you, Castle really impressed me during that pure tournament. I didn't know he could wrestle like that.
Castle can go.
Is Flip still doing the pure stuff too?
Flip
He
is
was- He wasn't in a tournament. He was not in a tournament.
Because he did some pure stuff like a year ago.
Well, I think it's like 2 years ago. The last time they did the pure stuff.
Wait a minute, was Flip in a tournament? No, he was injured.
He was injured, I think.
Yeah. So him and Gresham had a really good match for the title, for the pure title. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. But yeah, they had a really good match. Flip's not bad at that pure stuff.
Flip's not bad in general. Flip's just a
Flip's just a jackass, right?
He's the TJP of Ring of Honor. He's great, but also shut up.
So who would be the TJP of WWE?
It would be Jackson Riker, but he's not as good as wrestler.
I was just getting ready to say the same shit.
It's Riker, but it's not fair because he is not that good in the.
Is it Ricochet?
No, because Ricochet isn't like.
Yeah, but his girlfriend is, and that's close enough. He's guilty by association.
Yeah. I gotta go with Justin on that one.
Oh, here comes QT Marshall.
Fuck out.
I was talking to Boss Man earlier actually about Daniel Bryan, and we were talking about some of the stuff where he could go. And Jeremy's like, or Boss Man was talking to me. He's like, who would he wrestle like if he left WWE? And like I started going down the list. I was like, Okada. He mentioned MJF. He mentioned this is from Daniel Bryan. He mentioned MJF, Okada, Darby. Like he mentioned a lot of AEW guys when he was asked about it. He also mentioned some NXT dudes, but I don't know. Like I think we all kind of. I was like, I think most of his dream matches are outside of WWE. I think he wants the Omega, the Gresham, stuff like that.
Here's the thing. He still could have a couple of dream matches within WWE. That's the thing. He definitely still could.
But are they not all in NXT?
Yeah.
That's the thing. But is it not still WWE?
It is. But like, what I'm saying is he would that mean he would go down to NXT, get that part-time schedule that he wants, and get to give some of Dre's matches in.
I
You'd get him and Finn.
Why not?
I
You'd
think
get
why
him.
not?
He
But
could.
also, I think there might be still a couple of with the way that some talent is right now, and the way that they've been moving some talent recently and pushing them forward and stuff like that. There might be still a couple of really good matches for DB on the main roster, like this Apollo Crews against DB would be good as shit.
Oh, there are still good matches on the mat, but I think a lot of his dream matches are sitting in NXT.
Oh yeah, well right now, because right now the leaders of NXT are the people who took over ROH after he left. Think about it.
Yeah,
You got Adam Cole, KOR,
KOR, yeah,
Ciampa, Gargano, like all of those people.
Finn and him would be great.
All of those people were.
Kushida would be fun.
You know what I mean? So all of those people kind of took over ROH once he left. So
maybe LA Knight could be fun with him. I think me and Greg, we're the
Justin, you and I are the only
ones that like LA Knight.
Fucking mouth with that one, Justin.
LA Knight was like LA Knight.
You're the only ones that like LA Knight. Everybody else is still out. I'll tell you this, Justin.
He hasn't.
He really needs to get rid of that finisher because
it's bad.
I've always hated that like snapmare driver thing. It never. It's not just him. It never looks good, right? It never looks good.
Right.
He should just keep the gravy train and just roll with that. It's simple, but it does the trick.
I also hate his name now. Like if he had if he had just come out as Eli Drake,
he doesn't own
it would have been. Yeah, but I mean, they could have come up with something better. LA Knight.
I tell you who has looked great since this year started off was Isaiah Swerve Scott in NXT.
Yeah,
him and DB could be good.
And that's what I would like to see Isaiah in DB. Speaking of Scott, him and Leon Ruff had like a match of the night last night.
Listen,
they're
Leon
good.
Ruff. Those two, like I think we've said it before in the podcast. Those two have tremendous chemistry together because they look great against each other. There's certain guys who just look great against each other, so every match they put on is going to be pretty good. Have we seen a bad match between Leon and Swerve? Honestly,
no. They've been the best in each other.
I don't think I've seen a bad match from either guy in NXT. You can argue whether Swerve's been at his peak in NXT, but I don't think I've ever seen him in a bad match. Leon, since he's come in and since he's actually started winning, his stuff with Gargano was fantastic.
Yeah.
Stuff with Priest, like he is. I think Leon has the potential to be like the next. I guess you'd say Rey Mysterio, as far as like the real underdog. Like I really like, how is this guy going to pull this off? Like, I think he could be. I just don't think the main roster is going to look at him as anything more than a joke. He's not.
I'm just be realistic. Leon is not going to the main roster. NXT is going to be the pinnacle for Leon, and that's okay because NXT is looked at as a third brand. It's not developmental. So that's okay, Leon. There's nothing ashamed about that.
When they had that belt, did Arn Anderson just attack? He did.
Yeah,
Arn just attacked QT Martin. Is this like a no DQ match?
And that's what I'm trying to figure out too, because
Arn is just busting this motherfucker up.
Like Arn whipped his ass, and then the ref's just like, "Get out of here!" Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, then the ref stopped Cody from hitting QT with the belt, but then QT hit Cody with the fucking weight belt.
Is this a WQ match?
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know what the fuck is going on in this match.
Look, they do stuff like this, and
this is part of the reason that AEW is such a watch. They don't follow rules, and like if this is no DQ, it's fine. But if it's not,
I think
it's a regular match.
Oh. Well, he started the match hitting him with the weight belt.
But I guess I think it was like before the bell rang, he's kind of whipping him. But also, like he uses the weight belt every time in matches. The weight belt is not my problem. My problem is Arn Anderson attacking QT Marshall.
You know what? This goes with AEW wanting to be a baby New Japan because that's some New Japan shit. Because even in a regular match, motherfuckers will get hit with a steel chair. And you'd be like, shouldn't that be disqualification? And absolutely not. It is not a disqualification. So this is them being a baby New Japan. Like, and we've said it before. I know I've said it. They have to stop counting on their fan base being New Japan fans. There are a lot of people who watch AEW who have never had access to New Japan, don't know who half of the people that you are getting hyped up for AEW when it comes to New Japan. Stop doing that. Stop thinking every fan you have is a super fan. The reason why WWE has lasted so long is because they do one thing, even though us, I guess, wrestling and hardcore fans and us super fans get upset with, the one thing that WWE has done that has made them last so long is they cater to the casual fan. You need to start catering to the casual fan. You need to start catering to the person who hasn't watched wrestling in a while, doesn't know what the hell is going on. Oh, what's this about? Oh,
So-
this is
I'd like to see them strike a more of a balance because I think WWE goes too far in that direction of satisfying the casual fan to the point
yes.
that like us, we get frustrated watching them because we're like, like Brock is a great example. That's the casual fans like God, right? Him and Goldberg. And so Brock going in and winning Money in the Bank a couple years ago was strictly for the casual fan.
Yeah.
And then like we'll be getting a nice push for a person that is more for the hardcore fan, and they'll be like, all right, let's throw them aside. They go too far in that direction. So and AEW goes too far in the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they want to be anti-WWE, right? But then they end up coming off as just a watered down version of WWE instead. Because they still fall into the same traps that annoy us about WWE, but it's not as good. And so I think they've got to figure out a way to strike that balance, which I think they're trying to. But a lot of the way that they try to strike the balance is just like throwing like Sting on TV and throwing Christian Cage and throwing Shaq and things like that. That's their way of trying to strike that balance for the casual fan. And you don't have to do that.
They don't like what could help a lot too with AEW is legit storyline.
That's the main problem. There's just no I don't feel like there's a whole lot of well thought out plans. So like
I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
Am I the only person that thinks QT Marshall looks like an out of shape Moxley?
Yes. Yes, he does look like him.
Okay, I'm like, is that a fat Mox that I'm looking at? Like,
he does favor Mox.
And we just got to see a shot of QT Marshall's ass. So that's
thank you.
But like a couple weeks ago, or it's probably been a couple months now because I haven't been paying attention. But right after the pay-per-view, their last pay-per-view, the night after, Pentagon came out, talked about Cody's kids, talked about his life. I mean, everything. That man was ripping Cody a new one. And the next week, Penta's just back with his friends, and we just don't even see anything with him and Cody. It's just like, where'd that storyline go? And then all of a sudden, like QT Marshall should be in a feud with Goldust or Dustin, and instead he's going after Cody. It's just really weird. Like they don't have a whole lot of well thought out.
Well, they put a little fucking vintage online. It was just horrible.
They fucked themselves. AEW fucked themselves out of a star by telling Cody, by doing that bullshit with Cody not being able to challenge for the belt. That fucked up a lot of storylines that they could have had. Let's be realistic.
Yeah. Well, he should have already been the champ already.
right. Cody, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have had Cody beat Jericho, and it would have been okay.
I'd have preferred a Cody run than a Mox run. That's just a personal thing.
I know I'm in the minority on this podcast. I like Mox. I just think the run should not have been as long as it was.
Right, Mox gets boring after like a month, and that's the problem.
When he was WWE champion, like it was only like 3 months, and people were upset that his run was so short. But like, it was a good run because after 3 months, what else can you do with him?
Right. Well, but the other thing is like after 3 months, he's just boring.
Yes.
He's
always been a better chaser.
He's always better as a chaser. Yeah.
Yes.
Like he's great when he's chasing a belt.
Mm-hmm.
But he is horrendous as a champ.
He's great when he's chasing a belt. He's great when he's avenging him getting beat up. He's great for everything else but being a champ.
Yeah.
As a champion, he always seems complacent.
And the good thing about Mox's character is he doesn't need a belt.
Yeah, and I usually hate that argument because that was something people always said about Bray Wyatt. That he never needed a belt.
No,
but
Bray needed a belt.
Mox really does not need a belt. He does.
Mox is this generation's of Roddy Piper.
I don't think Fiend needed a belt so quickly.
Fiend needed a belt.
Fiend shouldn't have gave two shits about a belt. He's a monster.
No. Here's the thing. The thing with Bray Wyatt, at the root of it, even with the Fiend, even with his Mr. Rogers character, even with his normal Bray Wyatt character, it's him being a cult leader. You can't be a leader if you're not on top.
True.
Yeah.
He had people saying he's got the whole world in his hands. You need a belt with that.
The monster needed a belt. Like Bray, the cult leader, Bray, the Funhouse guy, needed a belt. I don't think Fiend needed a belt. He's a monster. Why should he give two shits about a belt?
Busted open.
But at the same time, like Mox for sure is the one that I don't think needs a belt. He just doesn't.
Is Cody bleeding out the ear and his eye? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell happened to him? He's stumbling a little bit. Is he all right?
I don't know what happened, but he's bleeding out the eye.
Oh.
French boy is coming out.
I'm behind, so I'm just now seeing the sap out.
Like I was watching, I didn't see the blood happen. I don't know where that came from. Here comes
when he put the figure 4 on him, it just came out of nowhere.
There's a go. All right, here's the stomach shot the first time I thought was cool because like you don't really see a lot of people go down like that in wrestling. I don't want it to be a stomach shot every single time, and I really hate that that's how this is going with Anthony Ogogo.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can be a professional boxer and that be your end punch.
Yeah,
you know that.
I think
you're a boxing fan.
I agree, but I think this is wrestling.
For wrestling, for wrestling, no, that can't.
I need a knockout punch to the face.
And a gut shot's fine. Like when O'Reilly and Balor had their big match, the thing that really took O'Reilly out was a gut shot.
Right.
The set of the big end. Like that's cool and all. If you're gonna be a boxer and like his big thing is his big right hand, like the gut or the face, one or the other. You can switch it up. It doesn't have to be a knockout punch every time, but like one or the other. Right. I want to be the gut every single time. So far the show's been kind of underwhelming.
Yeah,
like he said, like the whole he's got the whole world in his hands. Like that was like tailor-made for a cult guy going for a belt.
Yes, he definitely needed a belt at that stage for sure. I don't disagree there. But Mox has never needed a belt. Like he's a lunatic. No. Why does a lunatic care about the belt?
There's Ethan Page. Bam, right there.
Like I don't think he's ever needed it. But
him just like lucking his way into it sometimes is interesting. Like when he won the U.S. title the first time, that was cool. But then it was like followed by the worst U.S. title reign in history. You know.
And the thing about it is, I've noticed. The thing about it is, partly what makes his title run suck so bad is his lack of defenses.
Yeah. Well, what makes Mox the best John Moxley is someone that has a vendetta against someone,
Yes.
face or heel. When you're a champion, there are just going to be some feuds where you're just, hey, it's all about this belt, and that's it. And when you're doing that,
You gotta have somebody with a different type of personality who can play that off. You can't have a lunatic like, yeah, I'm just the best.
exactly.
Nah, you can't have that.
Yeah, it's because Mox is never like when they brought him in, they're like, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best. And this first match was like no DQ hardcore barbed wire match with Kenny Omega. Like he has never cared about being the best ever.
Yeah.
So that him with
Did Darby just jump Ethan Page from out the?
yes, he did.
Yep.
Yeah, and now they are beating the fuck out of him.
They fucking
yeah.
that
I
boy
wasn't
up.
smart. I wasn't smart.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, are they gonna curb stop his ass into the concrete? Oh shit! No, okay.
This one has spikes on his sneakers. He just put his
And
face on the
down.
spikes.
Oh,
This man, that boy is crazy. Oh,
Down the stairs.
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Okay.
that's what you get. One
So
on two,
basically-
and they outweigh you by a good 60 pounds. This is what happens.
Both
So
of them.
basically, Scorpio called Sting a mosquito, and he said, "You know what we do to mosquitoes?" And
Squash
Ethan
him.
Page was talking about he made Darby Allin, blah blah blah. The metal plate in Darby's arm was because of him. The metal plate in Darby's forehead was because of him.
oh, you just threw this man down the stairs.
You know, when Foley got thrown down the stairs, he had a lot of cushion. He had a lot of cushion.
This man Darby really don't understand about his whole body.
Darby is all bone. Like that's
That's
not
his
good.
No cushion at all.
That's Darby's fault. I don't
Here's
feel
the
bad
thing.
for him. I don't
Here's the
feel
thing.
bad for him.
When the time comes for the title match,
He didn't have a
fights
who
Darby?
jumps two people without a weapon.
Is it a triple threat match? Darby retains because they can't get along.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if you do triple threat, then Darby's going to win again, and Darby should not win again because Darby really needs to lose his belt.
Or
Ethan Page
the
wins.
story
Ethan
you could
Page
tell is that Scorpio hits the move to win the match.
But Ethan gets the pin.
Ethan throws him out, pins Darby, and then those two feud for the title. That's what I would go with.
There you go.
That's exactly what should happen.
Because then
Man,
Darby's not involved at all.
But will AEW do it?
Well, AEW, yeah, I don't know.
No, because
That's
you
the
know
right
why?
call.
Because you know why? They'll be like, no, that's too much like WWE. We have to go left. It has to be something completely different. You know what? Darby's going to jump off a building onto Sting's shoulders, back up to the Raptors, down on Scorpio, hit a handspring on Ethan Page.
Sting is nothing but Darby's lackey, man.
Yeah, I can't believe a company has booked Sting worse than WWE. But
No, I meant what was it Jericho that said that earlier this week?
yeah, he did, and he's an idiot.
I mean, look, I don't care how bad they've booked him. Sting will never be Darby Allin's lackey. I mean, he just won't.
Listen,
like people don't give two shits about Darby compared to Sting.
I'm going to tell you this right now. Sting wasn't even a lackey when he was a member of the Four Horsemen. Okay? And he was a member of the Four Horsemen when Ric Flair was in it. And he wasn't even a lackey then.
Yeah.
So
Sting is top 5 all time, I think. I don't know if you can make an argument against that.
Sting is
No,
top
you
5
really
all time.
Yeah.
right.
He carried a
definitely.
company on his back. Carried 2 companies, really. I mean, I think he really helped TNA when he was there.
And he's
Without
helping
Sting, he
he's-
down really quick down.
Yeah. So,
and he's helping AEW.
yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy in terms of generationally, his impact is just it's huge.
I think that's fair. I think top 5 is fair.
I mean, he's my number 1, but that's because he's why I'm into wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's fair to say that, like, I don't know that he's legitimately everybody's number 1, or even like if you rank them with no bias, that he'd be number 1. But I think there's no bias. He's top 5.
He's probably one of the only wrestlers that I can honestly say I've seen and am still watching currently wrestle at every stage of my life, just about. And y'all motherfuckers know I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we know you babysat Moses. We know.
Well, I mean,
So
he's
I
done that.
babysat Moses. What the fuck?
I mean, I think
he
Sting created Moses.
so no bias. Top 5, I would think, would have to be Sting, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. I'm gonna throw a name. You can tell me. You can. The Rock, Cena, and Jericho are probably somewhere in that realm, that same upper echelon. I don't know who you put at 5.
I think you could put Cena in at 5.
I think it's probably fair. I mean,
I think it just has to come down to
5.
It has to come down to who, because you're looking at like who helped the industry, who carried companies.
We didn't give him rosters.
We
didn't give him rosters.
No, we didn't.
No points to that.
Well, boys, I guess we're just gonna roll with what we got, huh?
Who's Julia Hart?
You need to message us today, and I didn't think about it until he just said that.
Julia Hart.
But yeah, Greg, I think you're right. I think that's probably a fair top 5. And then I think but like that whole upper echelon, I think there's probably like 10 guys that really changed the business.
This chick is 19 years old.
Yep.
She looks 12.
So
Is she old enough? Come on, no.
So she does cheerleading moves. Like she fought. I think is that Abda? She fought somebody on Dark and did like a.
She fought Kaylin King.
Split-legged.
You know what?
Cheering moonsault.
Good for her that she's getting this big break, but
get big break.
Come on,
Britt's about to beat that ass.
There goes the glove.
Come on, this is.
I was gonna say this. Her gear kind of reminds me of Alexa's first gear in NXT.
Oh yeah, the Little Miss Bliss stuff. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Like when she first came out as the cheerleader.
Yeah, before she was a heel, she was like what was her interest? Like glitter, glitz, sparkle, bliss, all that shit. Okay, well she's dead. That's the thing about that, and like why I wouldn't put Jericho there is because a company never had to rely on Jericho to survive.
That's
or
true.
to grab a demographic.
But I will say though, for me, like Jericho has reinvented and elevated himself for the last 25 years, remade himself.
And that's true. But aside from AEW, has he ever gone somewhere and you can truly say without Jericho, those ratings would have not been able to pop?
Well, I mean, probably not. I mean, I do think there's something to be said about Jericho just as an innovator of the business. I mean, he created a couple of matches for WWE that they still use today, right? Was he Money in the Bank and Elimination Chamber?
Did he create Elimination Chamber?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I thought that was Paul.
Hold on.
I thought that was Eric. I thought that was Bischoff.
I think Bischoff said he made
Bischoff.
it. I don't know if he actually made it or not. But anyway, the thing about it is it's like a non-biased what you have to do as far as like the business. I think you have to go with like the 5 big blockbusters. Or 5 guys that kept companies going, even at their lowest points. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think Jericho's there. If you're gonna go for like personal top 5s, I think Jericho should probably be in most people's top 5. But as far as this goes, I don't think he's there.
I do want to put one person who should be in the top 10 that I don't think gets enough credit. And
here comes the Varsity Blondes, baby.
Oh,
10 and 2.
So apparently it was a collaboration between Triple H and Jericho and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Okay. I remember hearing
person-
it being
Yeah,
tripped.
Trips did a thing on a napkin, and apparently him and Jericho kind of like worked together on it. But I think Jericho may have done Money in the Bank. I could be wrong on that though. But like,
No, Jericho did do Money in the Bank. That is Jericho.
okay. So, and not that that's like a
Oh
super.
God.
Most companies now have that kind of thing there now, though, as some sort of like feast or famine contracts like type thing, or if you win it, you get to cash in, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's some argument for Jericho to be up there in the upper echelon just because of he did change the business in some ways. But you're right.
I'd say top 10.
Hold on.
I'd say top 10.
Like I was saying, there's one person that I think should be in the top 10 as far as changing the business that doesn't get a lot of recognition. Junkyard Dog. At one point during the 70s and even including the 80s, he was even more popular than Hulk Hogan. And this man he'd never won a title. Never won a title. And with him, you got to think about the demographic of the people that he brought in. He brought in that inner city crowd that WWE, that most wrestling didn't have.
JYD at one point was the most over wrestler at the time.
Yeah.
If you don't know anything about like the history and stuff, you wouldn't understand because like no one would tell you that. In the WWE, they will never tell you that. But JYD was legit for a year or two.
I'd say even more than that. Think about it. At one point, JYD was showing up on cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing up on TV shows. You couldn't go. Little white kids in the suburbs was singing Queen, Another One Bites the Dust because that was JYD's entrance song.
Yep. Everyone loved JYD. Yeah, I would say he deserves top 10. That's fair.
You got to think about what, like I said, the demographic that he brought in too. He brought in an inner city demographic of people who were not really watching. But wait a minute, now we got a guy that really looks just like us. Like, yo, he looks like he could be I kid you not. I have an uncle who looked like JYD back in the day. So it really was, yo, is that... Yes, Dusty too. And a lot of it I want to have to say had to do with their larger than life personalities due to the fact that they weren't the muscle freaks.
Well, I think that's why I love to go back and like watch 80s wrestling. And in the 80s wrestling, it's all about two things. It's about the personality and it's about selling. And it's not anything fancy. You're not going to sell special ass moves or anything. But you will see a story as far as like someone trying to come from under, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody had a unique personality. And it's so much easier to like watch that for the first time and be like, I've never seen the show before. This is really interesting. Than if you're watching a show and we're athletic, we all do the high flying stuff, and we're all hungry for if they're all the same, I don't know if I can watch.
Everybody's hitting the Canadian Destroyer like 15 times in a match.
Yeah,
like that's kind of like back in like growing up and watching wrestling in the 80s. That was kind of what made certain wrestlers stand out. Like the fact of if you look at tag teams, the Killer Bees, they stood out because they were able to pretty much do drop kicks at the drop of a dime.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they got noticed for doing drop kicks at the drop of a dime. Like,
and the thing is, we're like,
anywhere.
Could other people do it? Probably, but they didn't because that was a special thing that you were able. Like, no one, people were like, if you want to see a drop kick, you got to go see the Killer Bees.
Right.
If you want to see this, you've got to go see them.
If you want to see the best high cross body off the top rope, you gotta watch Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Yep. Wasn't nobody else doing it. If you want to see the best flying elbow off the top rope, you gotta watch Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yep.
So you're absolutely right. Like, not everybody was doing the same moves. So it was the charisma and the selling. You're right. And nowadays, a lot of wrestling doesn't do that. There is some of them do.
Well, that's why I like Impact so much. It's Impact, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody is so different from each other. And, you might get a lot of that kind of wrestling that we're talking about now that's kind of like the current nowadays thing. But the personalities at least keep it interesting.
Yes.
You will not put Rich Swann against Moose and then Rich Swann against Willie Mack in the same match. It's gonna be very different.
You're gonna get two different Rich Swanns.
Yeah.
You're gonna get two different Rich Swanns out of that match, and that's one thing that Impact has going on with themselves that a lot of the other companies don't. It appears that their wrestlers, each of their wrestlers, appear to be like two-way wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Like at any given point,
they're able to work different styles.
Right. It looked like at any given point, the wrestlers are able to actually wrestle, and then it seems like at any given point they're able to go into either a hardcore or a power style, if needed.
So Jake Roberts DDT. The thing about the DDT is, if you never watch wrestling, and then the first time you give it a shot, you see a DDT happen and someone gets a pin, you'd think he just dropped his ass on his hip. Of course, that's gonna. Yeah, they'll knock him out. Like that, it makes sense because that's a good finish. And like that's the thing about the oversaturation of moves is I still, because I was such a big Shawn Michaels fan, I consider the super kick, that was it. You're done. And now everybody. And it's never the end.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you from personal experience, from being a younger gentleman who used to rumble in the concrete jungle sometimes.
Real quick, before you continue, just real quick, if you're watching us watch this, it's like an 8-man
tag team team. No, it's a tag team contenders. Whoever wins this match, they are getting a tag team title shot next week.
So it's Top Flight,
SCU,
Lucha
Express,
and then
Varsity Blondes.
Thank you. All right, continue.
God damn it! What was I saying? Shit. That's what happens when you break up a person who's
you're talking about in the concrete jungle.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you from personal experience from using these moves, a DDT works in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. A DDT works in absolute real life. Being in certain situations and you just drop a motherfucker. Yeah, that's gonna work. So yes, very believable. So yes, I bought that move immediately. Super kick, you're 100% right. That shit works. I have super kick family members.
If you catch a motherfucker on the jaw with a kick hard as you can, yeah.
They going night-night.
They're going to sleep.
They going night-night. So you're absolutely right. Not everybody, but now, if you ain't got a super kick as one of your moves, I don't know if you're getting signed.
If you weren't watching wrestling like 13 years ago, back when it was still like a pretty protected move, you probably don't think a super kick is a big deal. You probably don't.
That's like people don't think that power bombs.
Yeah, I saw someone talk about how Big Cass using a power bomb on the Impact last week wasn't a big deal. Like it's a power bomb.
It should be a fucking big deal, especially when you got it coming from somebody that's over 6 foot fucking 6.
Yeah. Yep.
It should make a big fucking deal.
That's when it should be most effective. If you're a tall motherfucker and you power bomb somebody, you should be done.
Why do you think it worked so efficiently for Kevin Nash for all those years?
Kevin Nash,
he was 6'10".
Great.
dropping motherfuckers on their head. Wasn't nothing better than watching Kevin Nash drop Rey Mysterio over and over and over and over and over again.
You were dropping someone from the second to the first floor if you're Kevin Nash taking that power, doing that power bomb. That's going to knock you out.
Quick.
Back to talking about 80s wrestling. I have been recently watching Mid-South, and Ted DiBiase, before he became the $1 Million Man, was teaming up with Dr. Death Steve Williams.
Good Lord.
Which is a tag team I never thought I would ever see. And Ted DiBiase was kind of like a badass, and it kind of threw me off because I never saw him that way. I always saw him as like the $1 Million Man, you know? He would beat the shit out of people. He had a good right hand. So him and Dr. Death would just beat the crap out of whoever they were wrestling.
Here's the thing. Ted DiBiase was one of those wrestlers that I low-key like because back in the day, I wanted my wrestling to look kind of real. And Ted DiBiase sometimes would work stiff in the ring with certain people.
Yeah.
So
he clubbed you. He gets you good.
Yeah. Like his right hand, like you said, his right hand and his clothesline, if he felt something was going on, was serious. I remember but that's something that they used to do a lot in the 80s. And another thing they used to do a lot was if you didn't sell properly, you would get your ass beat.
Yeah.
I saw a match where it was the original Twin Towers with Sid Vicious and Davey Spivey. Dan Spivey, I'm sorry. And I forgot who it was like no selling their moves, and they just started whipping his ass. They beat them in the match, and then after the match, whipped his ass back into the dressing room, and they said that they whipped his ass in the locker room some more.
So this finish has been telegraphed, right? Like SCU has to win this match.
Yeah.
Because they can't lose. If they lose, they get to break up, right?
If they lose, they break up. Yeah.
So they need to break up.
Let's think
They're
it's
gonna lose next week.
Like when
that stipulation tells you who's winning matches like this.
But like they did that like 8 months ago. They said that, and then they've been like winning matches on Dark every week, and then like they occasionally come on Dynamite, and like it didn't matter until now, because until now it was never really in jeopardy because they're kind of fighting nobodies. You know,
the problem with AEW and Dark, I'm going to let you know, is
Dark sucks.
Besides the fact of Dark sucking, they're not using it the same way that WWE used their other side, their other side.
Like Heat and Velocity and all that stuff.
Right. Heat, Velocity, even Saturday Night like Main Event, it was used kind of to continue storylines, almost.
Yeah, you would watch those because if you missed those, you were missing something.
Yeah, you really were.
Mm-hmm.
I think they want us to feel like we're missing something with this, but we're not, and that's the problem. Okay. Sorry, I just realized this old dude.
Yeah, this dude is like 95. This dude is like 95, but he's like vicious in Japan. But that goes back to
I don't know who that dude is.
Banking on everyone watching New Japan and knowing who the fuck that is.
Why is Boxley's name Death Rider?
The thing about not knowing who that is, he appeared for WCW a few times in like '97. And that's like the last major time he was in the States. So it's, again, like Kenny said,
okay, Mongo.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. WWE panders way too much to the casual fan. AW panders way too much to hardcore fans.
Well,
you don't do Japan, you have no idea who that is.
And some of that is Dark too. Like they expect the hardcore fan to want to watch Dark for 3 hours. Like, did y'all see the results for Dark scrolling at the bottom of our screen during that.
It was the first hour.
It was like 18 minutes of dark results.
And how many of those names did you actually know off the top of your head?
Well, I knew all of them.
All of them? I didn't know all of them.
Well, for the most, so it would be.
Well, you recognize the people who won,
right?
That
You
never on
knew
Dynamite.
who won. So like Hobbs and Starks won. I saw that name. You saw Ethan Page and Scorpio win. Like it's big names beating up on nobodies. And so like that was the problem. Like there was at least somebody in every match that I knew who it was, but it was like, okay.
Let's see.
You know what's the problem
I've got the results right here. I got the results.
You know what the problem is with AEW too? They have a problem with squash matches. I see a couple of those dark matches you can throw on instead of every match being something dramatic. It's okay to throw a squash match in here and there, but the biggest, like I said, goes back to my main statement. The biggest problem with AEW.
Oh wow!
The biggest
Kenny's
problem
coming out with all the belts.
But Nakazawa's wearing them. Okay, cool. That's
The
awesome.
biggest problem is storylines. Get storylines going.
And you know it's weird because they do a pretty decent job of like storytelling in matches. Like the actual talent can do some storytelling. It's just they don't have storylines.
Like, okay, this Omega storyline is him being the belt collector. At least that's one storyline they have going. At least that's one storyline. It's a pretty decent storyline. Omega has to get better with his promos. Speaking of somebody getting better with their promos, I meant to throw this into the news section as well. Rhea Ripley is going to acting classes to help with her confidence for her promos, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing for the simple fact of wrestlers need to realize they need to start acting.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be on TV, you need to act, and you need to be good at it. Because us as fans, we have a tendency of nitpicking. Wrestling fans are the most finicky fans of any sport out there.
Well,
Kenny,
said
who
for the longest-
is a wrestler in AEW who has acting experience?
Rabbit?
Who is the AEW wrestler that has acting experience that we talk about all the time? The wrestler in AEW that was on a show in Canada and
Oh, Nyla
Nyla. And Nyla cut some damn good promos.
always does.
Well, and so Kenny says this a lot. This is our male soap opera. What are soap opera actors? They're actors. They
Right.
like. I'm not saying like. I mean, they got Stephen A. out here on Days of Our Lives or whatever it is. That man is not bad. Like they showed a clip the other day of him on First Take, and they showed a clip of
Stephen
him.
A. Smith on Days of Our
Yes.
Lives?
It's one of them. He's on one of. He's like Ridge or something. Rock something. Anyway, he's this
Hold
dude.
on,
He's like a
hold on,
bodyguard.
hold on,
Yes,
hold on,
I
look
gotta
it
go.
up.
I gotta
Whoa,
go.
whoa, whoa.
I gotta go watch
Hold
this
on,
shit.
we gotta look this up. All right.
Yeah, he's like a bodyguard. He's sitting there talking to this family. He's like, yeah. He would
General
love
Hospital.
you. Yes. He's like, I would love you. He would love you too. He would miss you so much.
I'm gonna play a short.
Play the one from the other day was pretty funny.
No
Dude,
way. No
dude.
way.
But look, you could like after the clip got aired or like they played it, Max and them were like, "You're actually not bad at acting." Like we thought you were going to be terrible, but he's been doing this for years. This is like his 30th appearance.
What?
Yeah, he's been doing this for a while. Reggie's got it. His name is Brick. I knew it was Rock or Ridge or some bullshit.
What? Yes.
Reggie knows. My boy Reggie knows. Are you seeing it?
What?
2016. Yes, he's been doing this forever.
I don't know if this is gonna.
Wow.
I don't know if this is gonna have sound on the podcast. I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this.
Like you can tell he's still like rough as an actor, but like he's not bad.
Stephen A.
Right.
So let's see if we can just kind of skip to where Stephen A. pops in. There he is.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
my God.
He has like legit speaking lines too, though.
Yeah, he disappeared after
you
you see
skipped
it.
him.
There he is. Well, he goes away. Anyway,
Yeah, but there's a
yeah,
couple clips where he like actually talks, and
Wow.
like he's like, "Yeah, man, like he would have missed you too. He loved you.
all right,
He
hold on,
talked
I'm
about
missing
you all the time."
hold on. We're missing something. Is that Orange Cassidy talking to Kenny Omega?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But Stephen A. Smith on General Hospital is far more important.
It is. You're right.
So basically,
I need to go watch. I need to go watch General Hospital apparently because I need to see Stephen A. act.
But my bigger point is that like you don't have to be the greatest actor for us to watch you on a soap opera.
No,
But you need to have some level of acting skills, and that kind of goes in line with what wrestling should be.
and you can do over the top. Over the top is fine. Like it's.
He had a shootout yesterday. Reggie said, "This man, Stephen A."
No.
Yes. Look, he's like Stephen A. is like a badass bodyguard on this show. Like he's walking around like I will fuck you up type dude. Yeah. But like again,
Stephen A. Smith is a badass.
Yes. I think he's supposed to be some sort of like bodyguard of some sort. Like he comes, he's like, I've taken care of your problems.
No way. Dude, no way.
I don't think he'll be bothering
No
you anymore.
way.
No.
He's like, I don't think he'll be a problem anymore.
That's great.
But like again, it goes back to if the wrestlers took it even half as serious as Stephen A, like their skills would improve.
And I'm glad Rhea is doing that because promos were something she was a little shaky on.
I
So
hope
her
that it's not because they want to get rid of her accent. Because I know the WWE hates accents for some reason. Kevin Dunn specifically hates accents. I'm hoping that's not why.
No, I hope it's not either. I mean, even though she does sound like this, like
She sounds like Sloth from the Goonies. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it could be. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it could be, but
Is it okay that Omega has Nakazawa holding his titles for him?
yeah.
It's all right.
Well,
Yeah. You know why?
so-
You know why? You know why I think it's okay? Because we know that Omega's personality is to be an asshole, and that's to be his bitch boy. So it's okay. It's okay. That's like Paul Heyman when he holds Roman's belt.
Yeah, that's one belt.
But
well,
it's three. It's like he got four.
right. Well, I will
That's
say though,
enough.
like Omega also, I think it's sending a message for the most part. Like
That
he's
he doesn't
showing that the
think
AEW belt matters the most to him. That's why he's got that around the waist.
So
The other three are his collection that his lackey has to carry around for him.
So Kenny Omega says he'll never have a match with Orange Cassidy. He'll have a better shot in 10 years when Orange Cassidy's a grown adult.
Yep.
Nice.
So basically, Pac
what if-
and Orange next week for number one contendership at Double
What if
Eleven.
Orange Cassidy was the one to beat Kenny Omega?
I'd love it.
I'd like it, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want y'all to get ready for Kenny Omega to lose the TNA title. Okay. I keep saying.
All right, I just need a.
I'm a little confused. What's going on?
So Kenny believes. I'm gonna add him back. Kenny believes that
Yeah.
when Kenny Omega defends and loses a title for Impact, it's going to be the TNA World Title and not the Impact World Title. But he's going to
I can
separate
see
the
that.
two.
Yeah,
Um,
I could see that.
and
Yeah.
The
See,
thing-
look.
The thing about that is,
Bro, it's gonna happen. Like, I don't
I could just see
understand.
him being a heel, just saying,
Oh,
"Yeah, I
okay,
didn't say
wanna
what
do
title
so.
I was. You didn't say what title I was defending tonight. You just said I was
Exactly.
defending a title."
the
What did
reason
I
I
tell
hate it
you-
is
what
because
did I
it
tell
makes a
you
lot of
was-
sense.
What did I tell you exactly Omega was gonna say? Those are my exact words, Justin. I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, yo, oh yeah, sure, we'll put the title on the line. Oops, no, not this one. It's this one. Please, go ahead." Didn't they find this in the trash can for Moose anyway? Please, please.
Speaking of Moose, there's actually been a little positivity towards Moose on social media lately. People kind of want Moose to beat Omega for the belt, which I didn't see coming because I thought people hated Moose.
Moose is good at what he does.
I like Moose.
Yep.
Moose, I think, is Impact's version of the Miz. Good at being a heel. Good at
Yeah.
drawing heat. Good at drawing heat.
But he has the build of an actual like champion. Miz is just
Right. He has the build of Roman with the
Miz
personality of a Miz.
Miz has the build of a backstabbing, slimy douchebag. That's what he plays well. Moose has the personality and build of a big asshole that you can't tell no to because he's going to do shit anyway, and it works. It works.
Moose is
Real quick.
wrestling Debo.
Moose is all right then. Moose is Impact's Roman.
I would. Okay, yeah, they're both former. Well, did Roman go to the NFL? No, he went football though.
He
So
went
they're both former
CFO.
football
He did
players.
CFO. I
He did
think.
CFL.
He did CFO.
They're both former football players. They both transitioned pretty well to wrestling.
Hold on, they both started off doing sucker and succotash.
They yeah. Moose still does that on occasion. Hold on. Whoa, what the hell? So Rusev is still going by the best man? Is he not? Why is he still the best man?
is he not? Okay.
Whatever. All right. Anyway, so real quick, I want to talk about this
He
AEW
beat
Dark
Kip,
Business.
remember, he beat Kip up, but he was still Kip's friend after he beat him up.
It's also the cage is down, so now there's going to be nothing else until Blood and So we have what, 2 matches?
Cody, QT. We had
4.
We
We
had
had
the
3.
tag match, and then what was the first? What opened the show?
Was it Britt?
the Brett match was in there.
No, it was the tag match.
The tag match.
Tag match. That's it.
We got 4.
It's been
They
so
were all
long.
just-
I can't remember the show.
Yeah, this
God.
is pretty bad.
I'm hoping Blood and Guts works out.
I do too. I'm
hoping this boosts their ratings. NXT last night only drew 780,000
Let me.
unopposed. Basically,
Is it weird that they're using the Blood and Guts to be just a regular Wednesday night?
I would say it's weird. They were going to do the same thing last year, and the thing about AEW, and it's something that I'm glad NXT adopted. They will make halfway points into major shows on free TV.
Okay.
So, like halfway points in between 2 pay-per-views, they will have a big event.
Mhm.
I think that's good. I think it gives you a reason to tune into to.
Right. Well, I mean,
For
they've
those
done
nights.
the beach. They've done Beach Bash and stuff like that. Didn't they do the Jericho Cruise 2 years ago?
Yeah, and then
It'll be back next year.
Yeah, it'll be back.
they did the winter thing where Sting debuted. Winter is coming, whatever.
Which
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's not a bad thing.
Darby Allin is facing Miro for the belt next week.
I don't hate this.
Nice.
Miro needs to win that.
Right. If Miro doesn't win that, and then we got Pac and Orange Cassidy. So we
I
know
wouldn't
Pac
mind
is losing.
seeing a fatal 4-way with Ethan Page, Scorpio.
Yeah, but I think
Miro, and Darby.
Miro needs to win.
Oh yeah,
Next
next
week-
week,
next
next
week
week my
Miro
baby
has
come
to-
on. Next week my baby come
Oh,
on.
Jade.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's what I'm talking about, Greg. I want Miro to win that and then set
You know,
up a
Fatal
fatal
4 coming out of
four-way.
it. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
At double or nothing, probably.
You could have him lose it at the Fatal 4-Way, and it really wouldn't affect him that much.
Probably not.
And I would have him win
As long as he's
lose,
super protected.
then lose that belt there, and then win it back.
Yeah.
I'd hot potato it around for like 3 or 4 defenses, and then
Well,
keep
I
it on
really
Miro for a bit.
want I want coming out of that fatal four-way that I'd like to see Scorpio and Ethan something there.
Let's see.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan
The only way like your
of
opponent
Ethan
wins-
Page.
Your opponent submit. So instead of regular rules for war games, they've got to tap out essentially to lose in this match. You can't be pinned.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off there. Go ahead.
I thought it said pin and
I
tap
don't
out.
like.
It says submit or surrender.
The only way to
Submit or
win
surrender.
is to make your opponent submit or surrender.
Say pretty much. It's an
An
I quit.
match.
Submit.
I quit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's an I quit match.
I don't hate that.
I don't. I'm not a fan of Ethan Page in AEW.
So far, he has not done well. I
didn't even if I didn't want him coming here to begin with.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted him in the North. I wanted him and Alexander to stay together. I think we all probably
Me too.
did.
Well, that's because they were really one of the best tag teams on the planet. They legit were one of the best tag teams on the planet. And it sucks we didn't get to keep that together.
Okay, they're coming out with the all white. Okay.
But he really should have gone to NXT.
Yeah.
Ethan Page kind of the second he went to Impact, he kind of caught people's eyes. And then when Josh Alexander came in round 2, and it was people were just like, who the hell are these guys? But when he came to AEW and did that, was it that ladder match? It was not a great showing. You know,
Ethan Page had
Yeah.
the ladder match.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he had that. He had a huge botch. Like his first move was a big botch.
yeah, and that sucked, and that really sent him back. And then like his next 5 appearances were on fucking Dark.
I'm sorry, but Ethan Page is your big signee for the last like 3 months, right? Well, other than Cage, but like we're not going to talk about him. But like your big signee is like 3, right? Like of the last 3 months is Ethan Page. Ethan Page should not appear on AEW Dark. He just shouldn't.
And then his first Dynamite appearance, his match, they had that big botch where they had NBA sound coming in.
Yeah.
You couldn't even. And it's like, what the fuck is happening with Ethan Page?
It's he should have, like you said, Marco, he should have went to NXT. If he'd have went to NXT, I wouldn't have been mad at UE not splitting up, but just kicking Adam Cole out with Ethan Page taking over.
I could see that.
I see Ethan Page joining with the Way.
I can see that as well, but he would have to take over. He wouldn't be second in command. But if Ethan Page and Austin Theory Ethan Page and Austin Theory have the same haircut. So that would make it look a little confusing with them. You know what I mean? So I would rather see Ethan Page take Adam Cole's spot.
I can see that.
Or even if Ethan Page is going to come into second in command, take KOR's spot, but weasel his way to taking the spot that Adam Cole has.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or I mean, similar to
I just think putting Page in the North American picture immediately would have been the way.
Yeah, the other thing, I could have seen them doing something similar to what MJF has done, or try to do with Inner Circle, where like he tried to infiltrate and then he got So like Roddy obviously like got angry and quit and stuff and yada yada. Maybe that Ethan Page comes in.
Roddy, I said this when
Roddy, presidents.
I said this when you left the show on Sunday. If they had gotten Ethan Page, I don't think NXT would have taken LA Knight.
Probably not.
Because I think Ethan Page is LA Knight with better ring skills.
Yes. And then Eli Drake probably goes to AEW.
Right.
And would have probably
Well,
been better.
let's be honest. AW
Impact.
probably could have used Eli Drake.
Oh yeah, well, I think it would have been a better move for Eli Drake and for Ethan Page if they had swapped roles.
Oh, so the Inner Circle took a page out of Santos Escobar with the janitor outfits for a street fight. What the fuck is up with the janitor outfits?
This
They
is
got the-
Rikers.
they got the
It's got Rikers
inmate-
on it. Back. Yeah.
Inmate outfits.
What the
Inmate
fuck
and
is
a
up
Riker.
with that, yo? I'm
They got
tired
the
of
Riker
this shit.
outlet. Yeah.
Every time there's a badass street fight, one side has either janitor or inmate outfits.
What the fuck?
They went into Jazz's closet, man, and got out her inmate outfit.
Like, what the fuck, yo? I'm tired of people thinking coming to a street fight means dressing up like a fucking janitor. Stop it.
Well, I think they've all got different
Prisons on the
prisons
back.
on the back.
Yeah.
Different prisons. Wow.
Yeah, because I know Santana's had a Riker,
Rikers. Jericho
Uh,
said something Mountain.
Stony Mountain, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I'm wondering if it's from their like hometowns.
I think it
guess.
is.
Yeah, definitely.
Representing hometown
said
prison.
that,
Rikers is definitely NYC. Trust me.
Representing hometown
Right.
prison. Let's go.
God damn it. Unbelievable. I'm tired of this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go to a street fight, don't you dare show up looking like a goddamn elevator repairman.
Harris County
Don't you dare.
Corrections.
Don't you dare.
Okay, we got Sammy and
We'll start with Sammy and Dax.
mhm.
Yo.
Dad bod Dax.
Nah, he's not even dad by Dax no more, man. Dad by
Holy
Dax been hitting
shit.
the gym.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He's that little buff.
Dax been hitting the gym. He said he ain't going full Arn Anderson yet.
Sammy's kicking his ass. We can start from Sammy.
Wrestling with
Harris
some
County
Nikes?
Corrections, is that what it says?
Yeah.
So
So,
okay, so he
during
got
this
on
match-
regular sneakers, but
Mhm.
a janitor outfit. All right.
So,
Oh, okay.
what is the worst thing that you think
He
AEW has
must be
done-
from Houston.
done on TV this past few weeks?
The worst thing?
Because I want to compare it to the worst thing I've seen on Raw in a recent memory.
Sheesh.
Dax is a good spine buster, man. He really is a.
He's a mini arm. He's a
Really
mini arm,
is.
100%.
I think with AW, it's just like
The worst thing they've done?
it's just kind of the worst thing is just it gets bland. But like you can't really remember like how terrible stuff. It's just like here we go, another Bucks match. Here we go. Like so, it's all very. You get bored, but it's not as memorable as Angel Garza shoving a rose up Drew Gulak's ass.
No, he didn't shove it. Just shove it. He
He-
put it there,
he put it
and
there
then he kicked that shit.
That is
He kicked
AEW
that shit up there.
AEW
So he
is better
basically-
than Raw because
He basically
AEW did not
sodomized
have-
the man on TV.
Yeah, he did with a rose. Thorny side first. I will never forgive Raw. That's when I stopped watching Raw. Like I cut the show off, and I don't plan on watching it anymore.
You know what's funny?
I've not had that happen with Dynamite yet. I've not had the like I can't do this anymore moment.
You seen that shit I shared on the page that if there was one match you could change the WWE history, what would it be? Fucking Gulak. Gulak comments, it's my last match on Raw.
That's a good one for them.
What you call it? The worst thing that I've seen AEW do.
That's fair.
Retribution has been the worst thing in wrestling. Period.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I think the worst thing I've seen AEW do is keep this belt on Darby.
But again, is it worse than shoving a rose or cutting a rose up someone's ass crack and kicking it in?
I would say as a
that's my bar right now. Right now, AEW is better than the flagship show of WWE because they haven't done anything that's stupid.
At the same time, though, that flagship WWE show is the longest running show in cable network right now.
Yeah.
So it's allowed to do shit like that every now and then. Why is Dak so
Can we
red?
stop pulling people's pants off in this show? Good
yeah.
God. We saw QT Marshall's bare ass, and now we're about to see Dax Harwood's. Can we not?
You know why?
Stop doing that?
Because that was one of Jericho's bits.
It
Jericho
was.
loves showing the giblets.
We've done that
Here
twice.
comes Ty Dillinger.
Here comes the chairman.
Oh God.
Someone play Josiah Williams' theme for him.
No. You know what's the bullshit? I actually have the Perfect 10 T-shirt because it looks good on me. I got a pair of sneakers that match. I got a pair of sneakers that match perfectly with that fucking blue in it.
I still love the Perfect 10 gimmick. I still love Ty Dillinger.
This
That's
chairman.
all I'm gonna say. Does that chair have a Canadian flag on it?
Yep.
It does. Man, and when they brought him in, they tried their damnedest to make him a big deal. Yeah, it just did not work.
When the fuck did Dax get busted open?
I think it was from that first kick. The first flip over the ropes.
We got Reggie. Reggie said in the comments, don't forget when Usos put Icy Hot in FTR's trunk.
Again, that's Raw. Raw does that stupid shit.
And again, we watch.
I remember when I saw that, and I stopped watching like a good month. And he really is busted wide open. Good God.
Yeah, he's a leaking.
Bro, it's blood and guts. What y'all expect?
True.
I need to see somebody just guts. No, I don't want to do that.
Someone's gonna get shanked.
Ortiz.
Hey man, they got the Rikers
Ortiz.
shirts on.
That's
too.
Ortiz. Come out of this, man. I just want to see Santana and Ortiz actually go for tag titles.
And that shit kills me that they haven't yet.
They came over from Impact as one of the best tag teams on the planet to do nothing for.
Well, it's them and the Lucha Bros came over.
Yeah, and again, nothing for over a year. Like right now, the Lucha Bros aren't even a thing. Like
The
Penna's doing
Lucha
his
Bros
own
are
thing.
basically Death Triangle rotating in and out.
Yeah, like Penna's off doing his own thing right now. So Pac and Phoenix are kind of teaming together, but it's for a brand that likes to tote how much they love tag team wrestling. You bring in like the best tag teams, and for the first so many months, it's
Bucks.
It's makeshift teams. They're not even the Bucks.
And Omega.
Right,
and
the first
Hangman,
champ. The first champs weren't even real fucking. It was
It was
SCU.
Yeah,
It was fucking
Kaz and
Scorpio
Daniels.
and
Scorpio and Kazarian.
Yeah, and then it was Omega and Paige.
Yep.
And then it was like not even the top tag teams you wanted in there, you know. Oh, Sammy just ate that. Oh, that's not good. You all right?
I think
His head. Oh shit.
Yeah, busted open too now.
Oh, that's not good. Like you had LAX, the Lucha Bros, and the Young Bucks, and you didn't build your tag team division around any of those teams.
Right.
I've never understood that. I could not for the life of me figure that out. And now they're doing it with the Bucks, and the Bucks are great right now, but it's like it's still the Bucks.
Jesus.
Sammy was already busted.
It is a
before,
lot
right?
of corona running around this ring
Tito,
right now.
Did you see him almost eat that shit too?
Yeah, fucking Wheeler just fucking
This ain't good.
clothesline the shit out of Ortiz.
Wheeler almost slipped on the ropes and ended up hitting the fuck out of Ortiz there.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of botches.
Well, I mean,
This. Come on, like
Jesus.
they are
it's
taking this.
just reckless.
Sammy might really be hurt.
I think he is.
Sammy
I think
fell on
he-
his
He
face.
landed on his face.
Yeah, hard.
Not only that, he threw. Didn't this one throw the chair at him at his face?
Yeah.
And remember, this Sammy's been fucking up his head like since that whole shit with Matt too. So like,
And they
you
keep
gotta
throwing
watch
him
with
into
this kid.
They keep throwing him into the cage. Like, I hope he's all right.
He be alright. Motherfuckers get thrown in the cages every day, B.
I mean, but like it's like the fall kind of that scared the shit out of me.
Now the fall is what took Sammy out because he tried to do that walking rope shit and it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, come on!
Oh, I like that. That's sick. If you're watching us, watch this. Sorry, we're just reacting to the match.
Yeah.
Now. This is what we've been waiting for, and so far it's been entertaining.
It's definitely been entertaining, but at the same time, like, come on, let's this motherfucker fell under the ring.
Man, fucking him up.
Oh, he fell under the ring. But can we? Everybody bleeding already though. Damn.
Damn near almost everybody.
Wow, this is going on. What do y'all think of the women's tag titles changing hands last night? You think that was the right move?
It's about fucking time. You know how I feel. You know how I feel.
Yes.
I think Ember is reckless.
And no.
I need to hear this.
Shot.
I need to hear the no. I need to hear the no. What's the reasoning on the no?
I think Indy's still too green. Because at the last takeover, she looked lost as fuck.
To be fair, the last
Candace-
takeover they were fighting Shotzi and Ember.
And Candace literally carried that whole match at the last takeover.
But here's the thing. If
you
that's
know
the case,
what,
if
Reggie?
you're
Look
gonna
what Reggie
base
said
that on-
about Santana Ortiz. They
Oh,
damn
yeah,
sure
right.
do have. They damn sure do have that God face paint on.
I think they were going for dead presidents though.
They not, but with that Tito, with Candace being the best, if that's the case, then everybody in that match looked green. Shotzi is still green then, because Candace was just overall the best wrestler of that match, the same way she was last night.
Shotzi's
too.
just the female Jeff Hardy right now.
I wouldn't even say that. She's a Darby Allin.
That too.
Well,
They're all products of Jeff Hardy.
they are.
Those are the
And-
Jeff Hardy fans growing up.
But I mean, Shotzi, good God, man! Every time she wrestles, she almost breaks her neck. Like every time.
Oh shit!
She's gonna hurt herself. She's gonna hurt somebody
Like
else.
how many times do you see Hardy actually injure himself?
Like legit injured? Not that many.
Legit injured, yeah. Like
Legit injured Jeff Hardy? Really?
Jeff's pretty on point with his dives. He's pretty.
Yeah.
Even late in his life, he is still on point.
Yeah, he still pretty nails it. Shotzi though, if she does 3 dives, guaranteed 2 are jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed 2 are jacked up. She
was doing the so during the Evolve special that they did on the network 2 years ago. She was fighting Brandy something, the redheaded girl that they just signed NXT, and she sets up these chairs. So there's like 4 chairs lined up.
I got the video. I'll send it.
That chair stacked up on top of that. Please do. And like she goes for the dive, and it looks like someone's gonna get their neck broken. And she gets out of the way, and Shotzi's head goes through the top chair, closes on her. She falls through the rest of the chairs, and she clamps the shit out of herself in these chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I set up the same spot, and I was like, "There's no way NXT's going to let this happen. There's absolutely no way." And they didn't. They didn't. Candace like sprayed her with the fire extinguisher just in time, because that would have been stupid. That is an indie-rific spot.
Shotzi, here's the thing. Shotzi is just, I'm going to throw myself all over the place. Ember thinks she's actually doing something with her recklessness. Like, you don't legit kick people in the face during matches, okay? Like, when you do, accidents happen. People go with missing teeth. Ask Asuka. Ask Shayna.
Hmm?
You know what I mean? Ember is too wild. And what's I got a better question.
Damn,
What's Ember?
Spears is tapping.
What's Ember's character?
She's a werewolf.
Right, exactly.
Is
What is her character?
Oh,
I can't even tell you that. I honestly don't know.
Like,
Besides her finisher, I can't tell you anything besides that.
She likes contacts, and she can do a flipping stutter.
I'm still. You know what? It has to be a werewolf. Because think about it. Wasn't when she first came out, the whole thing was her with the moon?
Yeah,
and coming out with the moon.
And she was called the Sheenom and all that other stuff. And
right, she was like howling and shit like that. Is she a fucking werewolf? Like, is that?
I think so. At least it was. What it is now, I have no idea.
It's like a reject Mad Max.
Yeah, like the whole like her coming back was like she was hacking into security to break in to steal something, and then that has nothing to do with what she is.
But Reggie, I'm looking in the comments. Reggie says that Shotzi reminds. Yeah, she was a wolf goddess, but no, Ember was the wolf goddess. But Shotzi reminds him of Sasha in the beginning. We used to call her reckless. I think the difference between the two was Sasha didn't do it every match. It would only be on big spots.
Yeah,
and Sasha looked reckless because she weighs 16 ounces.
yes.
So if she misses, she looks like a rubber band being bounced up.
Sasha makes everything look like death. When you're that small, everything looks like death.
Right.
With Shotzi, it is every match.
Right. Every match. There's yet to been a match where I've been like, all right, this girl is gonna kill somebody, man. She's really something's wrong with this little girl. Why is she yelling at everything? What's wrong with her? So well, like I said, what is Ember's? What's Shotzi's character?
I think they both
Shotzi's tank girl. Tank girl.
Okay.
She's a good lord. She is a lot of blood. She is she's the rebel, the punk rock chick. That's what she is.
Okay.
Like that I understand, but like Ember, I don't really know what she's supposed to be. You can like it's I don't know, man. Like Candace and Indy. I mean, like Indy's a stooge for Candace.
God.
That is a lot of blood.
Everywhere.
On
the peoples, on the grounds. Like that's a lot of Ronas.
Where do I think Jazz shops for her clothing?
Hot topic.
Apparently the same place that Jericho and his crew went tonight.
Maybe she set her up. Maybe she's like, hey, you say my name there. They'll give you a discount.
Walmart. Walmart, they got the shits.
They damn sure do.
The Dickie jumpsuits.
That did not look good at all. They stand on the opposite side of both rings and run in, but the ropes keep them apart. So like they're not hitting each other. It's just like, oh God.
This is they're not This ain't no.
I-
This
we've,
is
been,
War Games.
we've been spoiled by NXT.
NXT
It's high about
has
that.
War Games has pretty much the. What is the? How do you match up Sammy and Sean? I don't get that. How do those two match up?
I mean, I think the only other person you'd match up with would be
MJF.
MJF, but
Yeah.
MJF is supposed to be going for
Jericho.
Jericho, right? He's
Yeah.
supposed to be going for Jericho.
So that would make technically that would make Sean Spears second in command on this fucking.
that makes Sean Spears number 2, in the Pinnacle.
Oh God.
Which I guess makes sense because you got the tag team. you got
you got the big
Wardlow
guy.
is MJF's lackey,
Mhm.
or the big guy. So yeah, I mean that's the only other really position for.
Yo,
it.
Sean Spears is number 2.
Good Lord.
How about
Sean's-
Tully's number 2? And Sean's just Tully's bag man.
Yeah, Reggie might have a better point on that. It's not necessarily they're the number 2; they're just more of the leftovers.
Yeah.
Because the
But
tag team
like
is clearly the
Sammy-
number 2.
Well, Sammy's been such a major part of this whole thing. Like,
Yeah, like he's the one that exposed MJF. Oh my!
like this was like it should be more Sammy's story than Jericho's, right?
They should.
And
Right.
and the guy, so shouldn't he be the one going after MJF?
Mm-hmm.
Because Sammy walked out, then Sammy came back, exposed the whole shit, and then
Like MJF should hate Sammy's guts.
Yep. Except he's going after
Yeah,
Jericho because these old guys don't want to give up the reins, baby.
This definitely should be Sammy's moment. We'll see how it ends.
If this doesn't end with somebody from Inner Circle turning, then this wasn't worth it.
they're taking apart the ring.
Well, didn't Jericho say that this isn't the end of the feud?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's
This
just-
is going
This is
on for
going to
another.
keep going.
This is going on for another 30 years. I forgot. My fault. My kids are going to know about this.
I guess my thing is why would this not be the end? Like this seems like a match to end it all.
This is a
That's
match
what-
ending
that's
feud.
usually-
Is the problem?
That's
This
usually
is
what
the
War
most.
Games
This
is.
is the best feud ending match maybe ever created.
Yeah.
That's usually what War Games is. It's the end all of everything. Like this is it. We just gonna beat. And think about it. If that wasn't the case, why would? If it wasn't the end all or be all, why would William Regal be screaming it every time he says it?
I just miss
War
Regal.
games. You know what?
War games.
That's what this is missing. This is missing
War games.
a pissed off British guy screaming war games. Like it's just
Yeah, but then it just doesn't even sound blood and guts. It just,
but it doesn't roll off the tongue.
blood and guts.
War games. It's just,
War Games.
motherfucker looks around he looks around the entire arena and fans are going ape shit. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
And you gotta have this face after you say it.
War games.
That is what we need. That's what's missing. But you can't even do it with blood and guts. It's just not. It's just. But they came up with like 3 different versions of what to call this match, right? They trademarked like 3 different things for this.
Blood and guts was the best.
It was blood and guts, and then it was like the Great Yonder or some shit, and then it was like
Great yawn.
I don't actually know. It was some bullshit.
What the fuck?
Hold on.
Oh,
let me
here we
find
go,
this.
boys. It's time for the Great Yonder. After that, we're going to watch Old Yeller.
Take his ass out back.
We got to.
Let me look it up because this is gonna bother me.
This should have been called, I don't know, Big Cage Man or something like.
Match Beyond is what it was called. So I wasn't very
Beyond.
far off. Yeah,
Match
Match Beyond.
That's
I
like
wasn't super
the old-
far off.
The Old Yonder with special guest referee Clint Eastwood.
You know what it is? Here's the thing. It's called that because the very first War Game was called War Games: The Match Beyond.
Yeah,
And that makes sense.
So that's
That makes
but
sense.
they called it Blood and Guts instead.
Blood and guts?
Look, I'm sorry, but if somebody's not getting shanked and I don't see guts, I don't want it.
Listen.
Unless somebody's
got
guts are
brains.
poured out, I don't want to see it.
Oh shit!
You almost saw brains shoot out of Sammy's head when he picked that bat. And he's going up again! Oh,
Sammy about to hit the coast to coast.
Oh, Sammy, come on, buddy. You're okay. Do this. You can do this. All right, there you go. Whew.
But see, the thing that NXT does so well with these matches is they tell a story throughout. This just feels like these dudes are just brawling.
Yep.
That's what they is.
Right. And I don't know, like
The
NXT
ring
smooth
is
coast to
all
coast,
fucked up, and
it's a smooth coast to coast. Yeah, NXT, you're always building up to the next thing.
That was a good coast to coast.
With this, it's just
Shane
like,
would be
all
proud.
right.
Shane would
what
be
the
proud.
fuck did they win?
Well, I think the other thing is we know that
Did
this
they win?
isn't the end.
Oh, this motherfucker just pulled out a plastic fork.
But it should be the end. Like
Right.
This
And
is a feud-ending match. This ends feud. It's a
All right,
cage.
look,
Cages
somebody just pulled out
end.
a shank.
And I
Maybe
just
I'll give you-
I
I'll
don't
give you- I'll give you
I
two-
don't
two guesses who it is.
understand. I don't
It's
get
got
it.
to be Ortiz.
It's
right?
Santana.
Santana or
Yep.
Ortiz.
And Santana just shanked him. Okay.
Shanked them in the head.
Oh my
That's what happens
god.
that's what happens when you got on Riker shit. It just naturally comes out.
It
When you
just
get-
the gear comes with a free shank.
When yep. When you got shit there that says property of Rikers, you know, you done been through a couple of with the Riker shank. Nah, if it was a Riker shank, it'd be about
If it was a Riker shank, he'd be dead.
No, not necessarily. Depending
He
upon
just, he just eat that man's blood?
Yes, he
Does he
did.
not know what COVID
Yes, he
is?
Yes, he did. He's looking it up too, like a dog.
We don't do
Nice.
that. We don't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody's got corona now.
I can't
This is
tell if it's like
Roma
just because we
match.
all weren't really looking forward to it, or if it's just like this is just not a great match.
It's just not a very great match. I was looking forward to it.
It's
You know what?
just not.
I
It's
wanted
not
it to
telling
be
a
good.
story.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna play devil's advocate right here. This was actually a pretty decent street fight.
Mm-hmm.
This was
This is an all-out kill each other.
this is-
match.
Right. This is a good street fight. It's just not a War Games match.
See, I just think when we watch the War Games, and maybe it's NXT's fault, but like I think of like them jumping off the top of the cage into a trash can and shit, and like through tables, and it's all out. It is a war. This is
Where
just
the fuck is
this is just
Wardlow
like a
coming
regular
from?
street fight from them.
Yeah, that's what it is. This is a street fight in a cage. And if
Yeah.
it's gonna be a street fight in a cage, I
Take the
feel
cage
then,
away.
even if it's gonna be a street fight in a cage, having everybody in matching little uniforms like that, nah. People need to
Oh,
come
what
in
the fuck?
regular clothes and shit like that.
Oh,
Like, hold on, man. Don't say nothing. We gonna get there.
Oh
oh,
fuck!
you'll see it. You'll see it. Did you see it?
Was it the Sammy thing?
No, the Wardlow
No.
thing.
It's coming up.
You guys are gonna see it in a few.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, huh?
oh.
Oh
neat.
no!
Yeah, huh?
Oh, Lord, no.
Oh,
Yeah, see, this is a good street fight.
Reggie,
Yeah,
if Brian Myers is in this match, I give it 2 thumbs up.
Listen,
it's a
Somebody
7-star
needs a
match
dick
if
pic.
Brian Myers was in this. 2
Listen.
stars just from Dick Kick.
This has also been going on way too long.
no, because if it was a takeover, this would be about the time it'd be still going on around this time.
Yeah, but
Nah,
like
yeah.
they've been
It's-
beating
it's-
the shit out of the Pinnacle for
it's-
like
It's
2
been a good
commercial breaks.
45.
Yeah.
45 minutes
Actually,
already.
it should have been. We should have had more back and forth by now.
Like if it's just going to be them beating the piss out of them for 2 commercial breaks, you could have cut this by like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that you definitely are correct about. And this should have been a little bit more back and forth. Also,
I mean, the Pinnacle's going to win. They have to.
It looks like it.
No, because we've got 17 more matches left in this feud. We've got exploding barbed wire war games.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Let's never do that. I like how they're like, by the way, we know this is going to work out well because we got the guy that created the original match. Nothing can go wrong here. It's going to explode. It's going to be great. But they guaranteed
that shit off. That motherfucker said, "Don't put my name on that shit. I ain't do that."
Guaranteed a major explosion.
Is Tully beat?
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Tully said, "I can't get in the ring. God damn it! Let me show you what it is."
MJF.
Tully out here looking like a. Why Tully out here looking like a lost member of Phil Collins in Genesis?
Okay, I like this because now at least we're getting to the potential spot where somebody jumps off and fucks some shit up.
Oh,
I like that idea.
We getting
getting some death.
Yeah,
we getting MJ getting thrown the fuck off.
We get MJ death.
What the fuck is Jericho doing?
Okay. What happened in social media? What the hell does Twitter say about this match?
Oh, Twitter's eating this match up right now. They're gonna say it's better than War Games.
Yeah, I do know what's coming up next out of AEW, right? Since they want to copy everything that the old NWA and WCW doing and stuff like that. Y'all know
the Triple Cage of Doom.
Triple K, we getting that, and we're also getting the skyscraper match where these motherfuckers was fighting on a scaffold above the goddamn ring. I can guarantee you we're gonna get that too.
The comments are like real 50-50. Don't try to tell me that pro wrestling can't still be great. # blood and guts. Followed by this entire blood and guts match has been cringy as fuck. It's just
really.
So what? All right. Oh man, it's been okay.
It's been decent. It's been like I said, it's been a good street fight. It just hasn't been war games.
There's no storytelling to it.
I mean,
it's
supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be, but
it's gotten lost in all the madness.
Yeah, it looks like they were just focused on making sure everybody bleeds.
What did you just say?
Oh yeah,
Dick Punch City.
Dick Punch City.
We didn't get a dick kick. We got a
dick punch. We'll take it.
We got a big backhand punch.
Right to the sack.
Oh yeah.
What did Bossman call it earlier? A sack lunch.
Yeah.
That was good.
Oh, what the fuck?
It was good. Why are we okay? What? See, I want to see him.
Pump that in.
I want to see him go through the middle.
We don't have to see. All right, is this how we're going to end it? Really? Is this going to be it?
No.
Nope, never mind. Okay.
No, we still got a good 6 minutes left. So.
Nah, this is AEW. They stop shit at like 7:50 at 9:57.
Oh, okay.
Remember, they can't go.
It looks like we're about to get it.
Bro, they want all the COVIDs.
All the Ronas is in this match. We got blood. We got sweat. We got people biting people. We got people licking other people's blood. We got people with bonnets. You know. So is this how it really of all things?
The stupid ring.
Oh,
Somebody's
good
gonna take
God,
a Foley trip.
Jericho. Jesus. That's a lot of blood. He's gushing.
These guys just don't nobody care that they about to get stitches? Like
Blood
stitches ain't
and guts. Mostly blood.
Well, nobody got shanked open.
oh well we had a close one with Santana. He was close.
Yeah, but I didn't see any guts spill out, so it wasn't enough for me.
Oh, here's how they're going to end it. Okay. Here it is.
It's-
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, that's okay.
Hold on.
All right, I'm not going to
Hold on. Yeah, don't say it yet.
You'll see.
Am I
Don't
gonna hate
say
it?
it.
I'm gonna hate it.
Oh yeah, of course, because somebody's gonna get pushed off and then they can't continue no more because they dead.
No, Pinnacle won.
Damn, Jeremy, I didn't get to it.
Yeah, hold on, bro.
Yeah, don't.
Damn, bro. You
It was so
shit.
fucking stupid.
We're still not there.
No, you don't say anything yet.
Oh damn.
Wait, did they just say I quit? So he
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
throw him
did.
off?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
And he's still about to.
that's
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
stupid.
He's going to.
Well,
He's going to
why
do it.
Look,
would it matter?
the stage is
Yeah.
the stage is set up.
Well, of course he's still going to do it. Why the hell would he
Right.
not still do it?
Right, but why wouldn't you just let him do it in the match?
And that's okay. Well,
Yeah.
all right. So that was
That was blood and bowel movement. Because that's what I'm gonna call it.
Can we not put somebody over in this kind of match at all? Like no one came out of this looking good.
Nobody.
No one came out of this with their stock raised. It was all just. And damn, man, you couldn't hide the crash pads.
Right, you could not. Right, like
Nope.
we thought that ramp was steel, but we see it's Lego.
Come
It's
on,
the Lego.
man.
It's the Lego pieces that you put on. It's the green Lego piece.
Good God.
This
All
is
right.
bad.
It's the mega blocks.
I'm cutting this shit off. I'm done with this. What a waste of
I wasted 2 hours of my life on that. I mean, I enjoyed talking
Awesome.
to you guys, but like,
Well, this like every time they promise something huge, and it just
it's just
What are you
not.
talking about? This is a Meltzer 5-star match.
I'm sorry.
I'm
but,
sure
like,
it will
Jericho-
be. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure.
I'm sorry, but
he'll
Jericho
call this
shouldn't.
the greatest War Games match since 90 whatever. The last
Sorry,
WWE was
but
good.
look, Jericho shouldn't.
He's gonna
be
give it 10 stars.
But Jericho shouldn't be stirring and talking to the medics on camera.
No, he should be dead.
He should. Yeah, we should. Like, he was literally looking at the one medic. I was like, "Yeah, I'm good, man. Like, you ready to go grab beers after this? Like, I don't need that. Like, I need him to be dead for like the next 20 minutes, and I don't need them to show me anything of him doing anything except laying there out cold."
And he's smiling
called-
right now.
Of course he is, because he thinks he just pulled off the greatest. God, I really hate this
And
product.
you want to know? You want to know the sad part? I'll tell you this right now. AEW just got all of us to do something that we didn't do yesterday. All of us didn't watch NXT all the way through. All of us didn't watch NXT. Guess what? We all watched this AEW special.
Well, hell, the only reason we watch it because we were watching it together.
That's fair.
True.
Like, if we were doing this, I wasn't going to watch tonight.
Yeah, probably.
It wasn't
This is the reason I watched.
Oh, I would have went
Um,
to sleep already.
NXT was like the palate cleanser for Raw. Impact's gonna be the palate cleanser for this. At least I can look forward to Impact tomorrow.
We should consider doing something like this every more often though. Like this was fun. Like us getting to talk.
Yeah,
but like not this. You know what I mean? Like we're actually good wrestling. So an Impact or an NXT soon.
Hey, we got to work around Mongo's work schedule.
Well, you know, y'all can do it. Y'all can do it.
Anyway, I'm not, shut up. Shut up.
War games.
War
games.
All right, so we'll throw this up. Guys, thanks for following along with us. That was Blood and Guts. You can follow us on twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod and at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod. You can also follow me, twitter.com/Greg Bush SK. Mike Jones will be bringing back On the Mic Productions later this summer. You can follow that on his Facebook page and on YouTube. We will be back. We'll be back on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Back on Sunday.
Nope.
Mother's Day.
Nope. We will not be back on Sunday. What we will do is we would like to give a big happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are watching us, to all the mothers who help make the retards you see right here on this screen right now. Okay.
Hi, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day to Renee.
All right.
Because Renee will beat me up if I don't tell her Happy Mother's Day.
I love my mom.
That's Kenny's adopted mom now because she claimed Kenny.
Right. Happy Mother's. Listen. All jokes aside, Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers who are fans who help make these fans of wrestling. We wish y'all nothing but the best on Sunday. We hope that y'all have great days. Every day technically is Mother's Day because guess what? Without y'all, there would be no us. So every day is Mother's Day. Just on Sunday, we promise not to get on your nerves. How about that one?
Not too much.
I don't know that I can promise.
Okay, not as much. Yes. I know I'm going to do something. That's just. And if you got kids, they're going to do something too. So I can't make a promise for that.
I don't have those.
All right. Well, on that note,
because you're poor.
So we'll be back not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. Follow the page if you want to see anything else. We might actually do something later in the middle of the week, depending on what happens.
What's going on
tomorrow, Friday, whatever. We'll see. But please, follow us, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. And until then, this has been Blood and Guts. This has been
blood and bowel movements.
The Under the Ring podcast. On behalf of everybody else here, this is Mongo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.